that's all. Yeah, I'm gonna drop it there. I'll just say deuces. Oh, look at my leave out. When your friend works at hotel. I swear you think I'm famous. I swear you do.
According to eyewitnesses, someone pulled up to the drive-through window and opened fire. Eyewitnesses say the victim was a female. We talked with one customer who did not want to be identified and said he was there when the gunfire erupted.
They drove through the drive-through and shot the girl inside the window.
The second murder at the same McDonald's location happened this year in May when 22-year-old Trayvon Brown, a resident of Cahokia Heights, was killed in a shooting at the restaurant.
It could have been anybody. I have two daughters that worked at this McDonald's when they were in high school, and I thought about them as just a sad, tragic situation, and it hurts my heart.
And the next time I see her, we'll have to be at a funeral home. So no goodbyes, no nothing. I feel there should be justice because she didn't deserve it.
They say Samuel spoke briefly with the person who pulled up to the window before the driver opened fire, hitting Samuel multiple times.
I still can't accept it that she gone. That's a hard job, you know.
Deanna Samuel was just 23 years old, but she was already known for her incredible kindness and unwavering work ethic. Described by everyone who knew her as a sweet soul, both inside and out, Deanna had a smile and voice that could light up a room. She had an innate ability to make everyone around her feel welcomed and valued. A dedicated worker, Deanna balanced not one, but two jobs, always striving to support her family and contribute to those around her. During the day, she worked at a local bank, where she quickly became a trusted part of the team, but her commitment didn't stop there. In the evenings, Deanna would clock into her second job, a role she had proudly held for 7 years as a manager at McDonald's. It was a routine she had perfected, working alongside her family, including her mother and brother, who all worked together at the restaurant. No one could have anticipated the tragic turn of events that would unfold that fateful evening, disrupting the rhythm of Deanna's busy but fulfilling life. What was supposed to be another ordinary shift at McDonald's soon became the backdrop to a heartbreaking and unimaginable sequence of events. Just after 7:30 p.m. on December 2nd, East St. Louis police were dispatched to a McDonald's located on North 24th Street in the city's central business district, following reports of a shooting. When officers arrived at the scene, they found a tragic sight: an unresponsive adult female inside the restaurant, her life suddenly and violently cut short.
Investigators said that shooting happened here at 24th and State Street in East St. Louis. Right here behind me, you can see this drive-through window. It is boarded up now, and we're told that the gunman drove up to this window and opened fire on the victim.
Young lady was shot at work, just a tragic situation.
This is the second murder at the McDonald's this year. The latest incident occurred on Monday night around 7:30. We're told when officers arrived on scene, they found the victim shot multiple times inside the restaurant. Troy Gray is a frequent customer and is heartbroken.
It's sad. It's sad that it happened. It's just too much killing going on down here in the city.
The East St. Louis Police Department requested the assistance of state police to conduct the investigation.
The victim has been identified as 23-year-old Deanna Samuel, who was rushed to St. Louis University Hospital, where she sadly succumbed to multiple gunshot wounds. Just 1 hour after clocking into her shift at McDonald's, her life was abruptly cut short, leaving her family, friends, and coworkers in shock. What makes the tragedy even more heart-wrenching is the fact that Deanna's mother and brother had just clocked out and left the restaurant when the violence unfolded. Deanna's mother, who had no idea that anything was amiss, didn't learn of her daughter's fate until she arrived home and received the devastating call. In an emotional statement, she shared her belief that Deanna wasn't the intended target, but was tragically caught in the crossfire. Deanna had briefly interacted with the suspects, trying to help them, unaware of the impending danger. As East St. Louis grapples with this senseless tragedy, local officials are working to ensure something like this doesn't happen again. City Councilman Ryan Kaysen has expressed his commitment to working with the East St. Lewis Police Department to improve security in the area, and he hopes to engage with business owners to create a more robust safety plan for the entire neighborhood. East St. Louis Police Chief has stated that the investigation into Deanna's death is his #1 priority. The owner and operator of the McDonald's, where the shooting took place, issued a statement expressing their heartbreak over the loss of their beloved employee. The statement read, "The victim was a cherished member of our McDonald's family, and we are heartbroken over this tragic loss to senseless gun violence." The company is also providing counseling for staff members and is fully cooperating with the ongoing investigation. The following day, a sign was posted on the restaurant's door, announcing it was closed in the wake of the tragedy. 2 bullet holes could be seen in the wall, and the drive-thru window had been boarded up. This is the second shooting at this McDonald's this year. Back in early May, an argument led to gunfire both inside and outside the restaurant, resulting in 1 death and another person being hospitalized.
Taylor says on October 30th, her 17-year-old son, Christian Taylor, was shot and killed just blocks away from this McDonald's.
I think they need to just patrol more in this area. Could have been any one of us, just walking past. Kids walk past through here all the time.
It's just a bad situation.
East St. Louis Township Supervisor Ricky Eastern calls what happened a tragedy, is doing his best to help the family. It's also the second murder at this McDonald's in recent months. A man was shot and killed at the restaurant in May.
We do need McDonald's in East St. Louis.
Eastern hopes the restaurant ramps up security and gets a better police presence, saying it's one of the few fast food joints in town and a popular hangout spot.
Well, those are places that retired people go in the morning. So we just want to make sure we keep that McDonald's, as safe as we can.
Pastor Lee says for years they brought in community leaders, the Urban League, even seeking help from U.S. Senator Dick Durbin to try and get a handle on the violence and specifically help out the youth, as the consistent gunfire is hurting the town's reputation.
I'm trying to reach people from Scotty Air Force Base and Mascoota and all. Nobody want to come because of the violence.
Residents of East St. Louis were disheartened by the news of another violent crime at this location, especially so soon after the previous incident. Just 2 days after the shooting, the community came together to celebrate their children winning another state football championship, yet their joy was tinged with sadness. Behind the celebration, Deanna's family stood outside the restaurant, heartbroken and mourning their loss. In their grief, Deanna's family made one thing clear. They do not want her to be remembered as just another statistic, another victim of violence. They want her to be remembered for who she truly was, a loving young woman with a kind heart, a hard worker, and someone who lived life to the fullest. Above all, they are demanding justice, and they vow to keep fighting until they see it served to the full extent. The senior pastor at Mount Paran Missionary Baptist Church in East St. Louis called the murder demoralizing for both him and the community. He said the violence casts a dark cloud over the city. For years, local leaders, the Urban League, and even state senators have worked to address the ongoing violence, particularly to help the youth, as the constant gunfire harms the city's reputation. Lee believes it's time for the community to come together once again to find a solution to this persistent problem.
Families lined the Central Business District in East St. Louis to celebrate their children winning another football championship. Right behind them on North 24th Street, Samuel's mother, Angela Johnson, just lost her child.
You want to see her. You want to talk and make sure she's okay. I just feel stupid standing here waiting on the text that in real life I know not going to come. But I want her to know I love her.
This was Samuel's second job for the past 7 years. Samuel, her mom, and brother all work together. Johnson said she had just finished her shift before the gunfire started.
By the time I got home, I was receiving a call from one of the young ladies telling me Deanna had been shot.
Johnson believes her killer was looking for somebody else.
I don't feel like she was the intended target, but evidently they missed their target.
This is the second homicide at that McDonald's this year. As the store manager, her mom wants to see the violence end.
We haven't accepted it, and we're just, we want justice.
She was real nice. She loved to talk, and be laughing.
A bubbly personality, Deanna Samuel's grandma, Willie Mae Clark, said she honed talking to customers at this East St. Louis McDonald's, making her a bright light as a manager, picking up shifts in the evenings after also working at a local bank. Clark says she'd just seen her 23-year-old granddaughter at Thanksgiving.
And next thing I saw, she was gone.
Caught in the crossfire as Samuel clocked in for her shift and then an hour later would never walk out these doors. Samuel's family tells us they believe the shots fired into the drive-thru around 7:30 p.m. Monday were meant for someone else. Regina Gilmore has worked at McDonald's on and off for 35 years, including 3 at this East St. Louis location where she met Samuel.
She was a great person, beautiful young lady. I really can't answer the questions of what happened and how it happened and why it happened because I can't question God. But I want her mother to know that we are here for her and we love her.
Samuel's mother, Angela Johnson, and brother also work at the restaurant, Miss A, as she's known by, telling the crowd Saturday she's still angry with the shooter, something Johnson's mother, Clark, deeply understands.
Just hope and pray that he get found and the Lord, take care of him that way.
As of now, no arrests have been made in connection with the shooting, and Illinois State Police are collaborating with East St. Louis Police to investigate the case. Both Deanna's family and law enforcement are urging anyone with information to come forward. The search for justice continues as the community mourns the loss of a young woman taken too soon. The story of Deanna Samuel's tragic death highlights the devastating impact of gun violence on communities, the importance of unity and resilience in the face of loss, and the need for collective action to address ongoing issues of violence. It teaches the value of community collaboration, the necessity of speaking up to help solve crimes, and the pursuit of justice for victims. Ultimately, it underscores the importance of coming together to create lasting change and ensure accountability. Rest in peace, Deanna Samuel.